Hi everyone and welcome back to the TheOvertakeGT. This is an engine swap with a difference. What happens when you have a car that is already equipped with a 3.6 litre V6 twin turbo engine pushing over 640 brake horsepower, and then all of a sudden you decide to put in a Windsor 351 Maverick engine from Green & Auto Company? What happens then? Because that's a V8 engine and that can easily output over 1,000 horsepower. So what happens? Well, let's find out, and I will meet you at the track. Okay, we're at the track and this is Deep Forest Raceway. It's a track I come to for my engine swaps, and the reason I do that is it's got great long straights, lots of twists and curves, and different angles of entry and exit points, and that gives you a good barometer of what a car is made of. Now, it's not the Nordschleife, it's not anything like that, it's not Spa, it's just a condensed place that I like to come personally because I think it's excellent. I think it's a good barometer of what a car is made of and can do. Now, I was asked what happens when you have a car that's over 640 brake horsepower, and it is of course the Ford GT from 2017, and then you swap in a V8 that should have always been in that car instead of the V6 twin turbo. I agree, it should have always been a V8. It should have been. American muscle cars have always had V8s, always. You can't beat American muscle, so let's see what this car does first of all. It's brand new out the box. You'll see on the bottom left hand side when I get going in a minute, 0 miles, brand spanking new. Just for this engine swap, which is insane amount of money already spent, but it's going to be even more because the engine swap is astronomical. So look, let's get into it, let's see where we're at, and let's see what this whole thing is going to cost, and let's see if this whole thing is worth it. Because do you want to be spending your hard-earned credits, or would you rather watch someone like me do it and then you can make your own mind up? Probably a better choice, isn't it? Save yourself some credits as well. So let's get into this. So you can see, 630 pp, 646 brake horsepower. Now, I did go through this last time, and it was just to see, where it had come on that ranking board. So if we go to our ranking board and we go to 600, let's have a look. So it's more powerful than those. Anything there? 700, right? So we've got Suzuki Jimny. That's tuned up 632, the Alpha 137, so what do you reckon, 134, 137 between that, 135, 137 mark, and that's what we're going to have a look and go for. So let's go for that, let's see where we end up, but I'm still going to push this car as hard as I can and as much as I can. So let's get to the start line and let's see what this thing can do. Okay, so check the miles, it's 0 and it's only going to go up from here, and there we go, that's the first 0.1 of a mile. This thing is awful to try and turn. Gears are too short. Oh, and it just wants to spin. Come on, we've got it into 5th. This thing needs an awful lot doing to it already. I'm just body roll, steering's awful, gear ratio shocking. Can I get it stopped? Come on. This thing really isn't all that. Now the race version of this, honestly, excellent. This thing, not so much. It just doesn't want to turn. It just does not want to turn. It is awful. I never thought I'd be saying that a Ford GT is this awful. Do you know what? It really is. It's dreadful. I mean, it's not even 10 years old. That's the thing. And it's naff. I mean, come on. You think of all the European cars. I mean, even the Corvettes handle better than this. That's saying something. Then again, there's a lot of people who think Chevrolet do things much better. Come on, let's see what kind of lap time we can get, because we're way behind. I mean, we're coming up to, there's a minute. We've got 2 basically long straights to go, but we've got a hairpin in between. This thing doesn't want to turn. Come on, get you down on those brakes, that's it. try and stop wheel spinning by gearing up a bit earlier. It's not having any of it at all. It still wants to... It's trying to snap the steering wheel out my hand. That's how much it doesn't want to turn. We're way off the pace with this. Come on, let's get over the line. In. So there's the time. We've done it in a 1:37.908. Now that is nothing to be shouting about. That is dreadful. The car won't turn. It won't do anything that you ask it to. The brakes are awful. The steering input is shocking. The body roll again is shocking. And that's meant to be from an American sports car. I mean, you can just see it's got so much lift at the front. It definitely needs a lot more downforce to get this thing to benefit. So what we're going to do is we're going to go to the tuning shop. We're going to see what we can get it to do there. But that was really, really bad. I mean, if we just quickly nip to that ranking board, where's that put us on there? I mean, come on, look at that. It's put us underneath the TVR Tuscan, and that was a handful. That was an absolute handful, and it's slower. It's slower. What is going on? Right, let's get to the tuning shop. Let's see what we can get, and let's get things boxed off while we're there. So as you can see, I'm back at the garage, and the reason I've come here is just to do one quick thing that you should always do before you tune your cars. Now, I see a lot of people doing this, me included, but this is something that you really should be doing. So what you want to do is just click on tuning parts, just go down to your car and see if you've got, and you can see I've got one here. Now this could have cost me thousands, absolutely thousands of credits, and I will show you why you should be doing this. So if we click on here, Ford GT17, 500,000 credits for weight reduction stage 5 that I was going to do anyway. So you can see why doing this can literally save you thousands of credits. So I don't want to be spending that out, you know, from my hard-earned credits, but if I've got it from a roulette ticket, fantastic. So what we're going to do, we're going to get that, pardon me, what we're going to do is we're going to get that installed now. That removes 305 kilograms of weight. That's a massive amount. That is huge. So let's get that installed. Right, installing your vehicle. Yes, takes the PP up by 20. But what we'll do, let's get to the tuning shop and let's carry on with the rest of this. Okay, so when I said it's astronomical, the engine swap, it's not the engine swap itself, it's everything else that goes with it. So you've just seen 500,000 credits on weight reduction stage 5. Now you can see Club Sports, it's there, Club Sports again, weight reduction stage 2. And if we just skip to Ultimate, there it is. Weight reduction stage 5 including, that was 500,000 credits. I mean, come on, that's an inordinate amount of money, isn't it? Now what we need to do now is we need to spend whatever it takes, well, I do, not you, but I do, to show you what this thing is capable of once we've loaded it up fully. So let's start at the beginning. Sports, we don't need anything else from there. Club Sports, well, there's bore up, isn't it? So we'll get that, that's a necessity. Power restrictor, I'd imagine that'll come in use at some point, and a ballast, always get them if you're dealing with a high-end car that's going to be through the roof, and just for when you dial it down and you tone it down, make it a bit easier to drive. Right, semi-racing, fully customizable computer, we're going to need that there. High RPM turbocharger, yeah, probably going to need that, aren't we? Racing crankshaft, throw that on there. Fully customizable LSD, increase the body rigidity. So you can already see now we're up to 673 pp. This thing is, you know, nearly a ton of weight, 760 brake horsepower, so it's definitely getting there. Right, here we go. What else? Racing, right, engine balance tuning, polish ports. Should we go for an anti-lag system? We can throw that on, can't we? And if it doesn't work, you can always remove it. That's the other good thing. Racing intercooler, air filter, silencer. Come on, where are we? Exhaust manifold, brake pads. Should we go for the slotted discs? I like the slotted discs, I just think they look nicer. Right, brake balance controller, that's ideal because it's rear wheel drive. So the way I drive, I like to do a fair bit of trail braking. You know, and I prefer it to be more at the rear. It gives the front wheels more control. So again, if you're like that as well, brake balance control is a key piece of equipment for you to be adding on your builds. Racing clutch and flywheel goes without saying. I've actually just rebuilt a clutch for a motorbike, so that was interesting. Fully customizable racing transmission. If you want to know what motorbike it is, leave a comment below and I'll let you know. Racing soft tyres, I'll get those while I'm here. Let's have a look. Don't think there's much point getting the carbon ceramic brake kit, if I'm honest with you. I just don't see the point. Ultimate titanium connecting rods and pistons, so we'll get that. So that takes us to what? 788.98 pp. As you can see, I've done 3 miles, you know, 1 lap around Deep Forest Raceway. But yeah, 935 brake horsepower, looking good, looking very, very good, very respectable. What we need to do now is get to GT Auto. Probably going to see what we can do to it. I've not done a lot to this particular model, so we're all going to go through this together. But the most shocking thing with Ford GT is when you see the words EcoBoost on the engine model. It's not what anyone wants to see. No die-hard Ford fan wants to see EcoBoost on there. Honestly, shocking. Right, look, V-type 6 cylinders. Makes you want to cry, doesn't it, on a Ford GT? Come on. Right, let's get to GT Auto and let's see what we can do while we're there. Okay, now we're at GT Auto. Let's see what we can do here. So car maintenance and service, wide body available. Yes. Let's get that on, get that installed. So that's another 100,000. So already it's cost a fair bit, this car, hasn't it? Come on, let's get that changed on. You're coming up in a minute. Just hang tight. Okay, let's go back. Come on, wait for this to install. I wish this was a little bit quicker, the rendering, but can't complain. Come on. There we go, car customization. Right, what can we do to this? Wheels. Let's see. What can we put on this to make it just be a bit more standout, a bit more out there? What should we go for? Should we go for them, the Monster Guy wheels? They look great, don't they? What do the American racing wheels look like? They just look insane, don't they? Any thoughts? What would you go for? Do you know what? If anyone has a preferred racing wheel, that's an interesting question I've got for you. Do you have a wheel that you prefer to put on a car? Do you have one of them? I'm going to go for these. I'm going to go for them. I'm going to go for 20-inch standard, rim width wide, offset wide. I'll get them installed. There you go. I like them. I like the look of them. Yeah, they look nice. Right, custom parts with the front. Type A, obviously, it's the only other option. Side, again, Type A, it's the only other option. Wing, well, it's as simple as that. Custom wing set. Okay, low, high. I'm actually going to go for a medium one, and I'm going to go for probably my preferred type of end plate is one of these. So I'll probably go for 23, get those installed. I just think when you see that in the car, the way that cuts through the air, I just think that looks far better than majority of the others. Let's get that installed on there. So racing items, don't want to spoil it with a bonnet pin, tow hook, probably leave all that. What can we do under all that? Light bulb, probably just chuck it to there. Number plate, what can we do there? Go for that one. And caliper colour, what should we go for? Blue? Green. Let's go for blue. There we go, stands out a little bit more, doesn't it? Right, so now we've done that, what I'll do is I will meet you back at Deep Forest Raceway and then we will see how fast this thing can go. 935 brake horsepower, so it's nearly 1-to-1 brake horsepower per ton, not far off. What's that, 0.8 maybe, 0.95. 784.44 pp. This is going to be an epic build. Don't go anywhere. Right, Deep Forest Raceway, I'll meet you there. Okay, we are back at Deep Forest Raceway and it's time to see what we can get this thing to do while we're here. Now, is it going to be better? Is it going to be worse? Who knows? But I'm telling you what, 935 brake horsepower, just under 1100 kilos. This thing's going to be a handful, without a doubt. Let's see how much quicker we can get it to go. There we go, into this one. Well, I'll tell you what, the brakes are spot on. Still won't turn. I've not adjusted anything in the tuning on the setting sheets. All I've done is bolted everything on. You can hear the difference. This thing sounds great. Look at the speed, 190, 200. I had to brake far earlier then just to make sure I can get it stopped and start turning in time. You can just hear how much more aggressive it is as well. Oh, big lift there. So even though we've got that front wing, it's definitely not helping that front left. Come on, get round. Oh, nearly lost it again. Hard on the brakes. Big slide, you can just hear it. It's fighting me and the wheel. I know what it should be doing. I know it should be able to do. There's just that much power. It's just fighting me every single step of the way. I mean, even here, that should be a slight turn. It's like a full lock you're doing with the wheel nearly. Are you going to cope with a hairpin then? Come on. So slow around that hairpin. It's awful. Gotta really back off because you just don't want it to spin. So the first lap that we did. Whoa, big wheelie! And over the line! What was that about? Let's have a look at that replay, eh? So here we go. So at this point you can see I was going very quick indeed. We got to here. And this is where the problems began. So if I just quickly change to walker mode just to show you, you can see as I've hit that little lip already, the front has already lifted. So as we've hit this camber coming up, because of the downforce, the front has already begun to lift. And you can actually see that that tyre is off the floor. That one's off the floor, and that one's off the floor. You shouldn't be seeing underneath those front tyres, should you? And then from then, that was it. It was an accident waiting to happen from there. And that was it. You can see that little bobble, and that was it, over the line. But look, we've set our time, and the time we got, you know, it wasn't super, but I tell you what, it's pushing a 123.6. So it's hit the top 10, which I didn't think it'd hit that early. Now what we need to do, it's an engine swap. Engine swap time. See you at GT Auto. Okay, it's time for the engine swap. So car maintenance and service at GT Auto. Here we go. Engine swap 250,000. You can see nice livery on there now, ready to go. Engine swap 250,000. So it adds a bit of weight, but look at that, doubles the power. 7 litres. 1,200 brake horsepower. Wow. Just wow. This thing's going to be immense, isn't it? Right, so don't forget, you lose all your parts. Right, says it again. Oh, what am I doing? This is another car that I've spent so much on already. Too late now, I've done it. I've gone and done it. Right. Let's go back now to the tuning shop and see if there's anything else we can add on it. Let's have a look. Tuning shop. So here we are, we're at the tuning shop. Let's have a look. So now it's got engine models changed. V-Type 8. I know, V8. Fantastic. Right. Everything's on there. We don't need anything from there. High RPM turbocharger. Oh. What does that take it to? That's an eye-watering number, isn't it? 1,369. Yeah, I heard you. I'll buy it. There we go. What am I doing? This is nuts. Racing silencer added. 1394 that takes it to. This thing is just nuts. Absolutely nuts. What was the thinking? Looks like we've gone all out with this one. Right. Let's get back to the track. Okay, so now we've done the engine swap. We're back. Deep Forest Raceway. And this thing is 1,400 brake horsepower or just off. I mean, phenomenal from a car that should have always had this engine. And it's not just me that thinks it. There's a few people that requested this, and here it is for you now to enjoy. So you can see a 123.620 is what we need to beat. That's 7th on that ranking board. There's nothing else to do. Let's get straight into it. There we go. Already it sounds meaner. Just listen to that engine. Oh, it's getting a bit wild though. But this thing, I have tuned it as best I can, but I'll tell you what, on a track like this, it still doesn't want to give up. Big power slide at 180 miles an hour. 220, that was a big wobble over the hill. Only just managed to get that stopped in time. Come on. Concentrating face. This thing is fast. Why do you lot make me do stuff like this? This is insane. If you had to drive this down around the north, like you get grey hairs before you got to the end. Oh, you gotta just do so much just to keep it in check. Yeah. Come on, get that turned. Go, 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 go. What power can we get up here? Oh, big slide again. Get over 200 down nice and easy. This thing's got no problem destroying everything in its wake, has it? I think if you get this dialed down, it might be a good 800 pp build. Come on. 120, what's the time to be? 120. We've done it in a 118.8. Oh, that was quick. You're on the ball so much, just trying to make sure that it doesn't take your head off. So let's just go to our leaderboard. You can see that that is top at a 118.8, which is phenomenal from a car, that build. But let's just see the difference that engine swap has made. So you've seen it from where it was stock, where it was tuned, and where it was engine swapped. So from stock to fully tuned, so a 118.8 was all out gung-ho 1400 brake horsepower, and you can see when we began it was a 137.9. So from a 137.9, which is dreadful, to a 118.8, and it tops the engine swap leaderboard. Absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Madness. Absolute madness. Right. Now, what you want to do now is hit that subscribe button, because the builds for these are coming to the channel. And not only that, they are fine-tuned and ready for you to win. So subscribe, don't miss any more. Any suggestions for engine swaps, leave them below. And I'll see you on the next one. Take care.